think the wins above replacement metric is just getting too important based on the way the voters use it. Is Bobby Witt Jr. and Ken McGonigal, are they really going to be on the show, the finalists for the AL MVP? Is that right? Based on this statistic that takes into account so many aspects of a Major League Baseball game instead of the most important aspects of Major League Baseball games? Did you play every day? Were you consistent every day? Is your team winning because you're playing both sides of the ball, doing what you can to help your team win and get to October? That is what I'm caring about. In this Greg's list presented by Ricola of the most valuable players in baseball so far through the first half of the season. The 9 most valuable players. The 9 most valuable. Number 9. It's not Kevin McGonigal, it's his teammate, the catcher, Dylan Dingler, on pace for 34 home runs, over 100 RBIs, batting second and third, driving in Kevin McGonigal. This guy's OPS is almost 860. Dylan Dingler is the most valuable Tigers, number 9. Number 8, where would the White Sox be without Miguel Vargas? He's an all-star. He should be. Colson Montgomery should be an all-star as well. That's a different conversation. One of 6 players with 20 or more home runs, 50 or more walks. The other guys are superstars. Miguel Vargas is the 8th most valuable player in baseball so far through the first half. Number 7 most valuable player. Where would the Cardinals be without Jordan Walker? On pace for 38 home runs, almost 130 RBIs. Those are Albert Pujols numbers. Oh, by the way, he's got the best arm of any right fielder in the sport, throwing people out almost every single day. He can also steal you a bag. Jordan Walker on base around 400. He's one of the most valuable players. Yeah, I'm giving Otto Lopez some love. When you improve your batting average almost 100 points and you lead the sport with a batting average that's creeping around 350, the Marlins are a pleasant surprise in large part because Otto Lopez is a pleasant surprise. His team is well over 500. He's so valuable. Kyle Schwarber is on pace for 53 home runs. That is incredibly valuable. When the Philadelphia Phillies were hanging on by a thread, I know Brandon Marsh was hitting for average. We cannot overlook what this guy can do when he steps up to the plate. Where the Phillies are right now, Kyle Schwarber gets a lot of credit. He's number 5. Number 4, I don't care what his WAR is. I don't care. The Washington Nationals are relevant, and they wouldn't be without James Wood. On pace for 143 runs scored. On pace for over 40 home runs. Around 100 RBIs. On bases through the roof. James Wood is the 4th most valuable player in baseball right now. The 3rd most valuable player, Junior Caminero, on a light-hitting Rays team, which sits in first place in the AL East. He's pushing 30 bombs. How is this possible? Junior Caminero, with no protection behind him, is a one-man wrecking crew with Aranda and Diaz hitting in front of him. The 2nd most valuable player in baseball is Yordan Alvarez. To me, the AL MVP finalist would be Yordan, heavy frontrunner, Triple Crown leader right now. Then Junior Caminero. And then I go Miggy Vargas. That's where I would go for the MVP right now, based on what they're doing to keep their teams in the race. The number 1 most valuable player, without a doubt, Shohei Ohtani. And I don't need to wax poetic about that. He's unbelievable. We know that. So Ohtani is the most valuable player in the world. His team's in first place. He's a pitcher. He's a hitter. Yada, yada, yada. But I didn't have Bobby Witt Jr. on this list. I didn't have Pete Crow Armstrong on this list. The Royals are in last place. The Chicago Cubs have reemerged. PCA is their most valuable player. But one of the reasons why they had to reemerge is because PCA was struggling. Was that his fault? Not entirely. He was hitting 9th, 7th, 8th, 9th. They were hiding him in the bottom of the order. I can't have a guy be the MVP of a league when for the first 2 months of the year he was batting 9th for his respective team. I think,
why not?
Because I look at value as being consistent from the beginning, middle, and end. If you get demoted and you spend time in the minor leagues, you come back and you're high. To me, you're not the MVP.
But what if you're the guy who came back and changed the fortunes of your team?
Wonderful. The other 9 guys never did that. They weren't struggling so mightily that they held their team back. Is he an MVP for that team? Yes. But the other 9 guys I showed you, to me, are more valuable players. And I feel like we've just got so lost in the numbers. Bobby Witt Jr., I adore. This is going to come off like I'm anti-PCA. You know he's my favorite player. are anti-Bobby Witt Jr. I love the guy. 21 home runs, 68 RBIs, 50 stolen bases on a last-place team is not Andre Dawson hitting 49 bombs in 1987 when no one was doing that for a last-place Cubs team. Am I right?
I agree with that. Look, I think there's three guys you kind of left off, though.
Okay.
I think Nick Kurtz is a guy we got to be talking about. He's been wire to wire. We love the on-base percentage streaks, right? Well, he's done that.
His team's 8 games under 500. So if you want this to be the most outstanding offensive player award, then that's a different conversation.
So let's talk about Juan Soto.
The same thing. Exactly the same thing, Harold. If you want this to be the most outstanding offensive player, then that's what we can talk about.
Then let's talk about Bryce Harper.
Okay.
I think Bryce Harper's had a solid all-star
Is he
MVP
more valuable than Kyle Schwarber?
type season. He's protecting Kyle Schwarber.
Come on.
He is. I'm just being factual. Those are MVP caliber numbers that Bryce Harper's putting up in the first half of the season. You double that, that's a 40 homer, 100 RBI plus season.
Right, but isn't that and the MVP gets protection? Isn't that how it works? So Kyle Schwarber's the MVP. You're protecting the MVP.
The guy who's protecting is also an MVP.
Also, yeah. But of the two, the Philadelphia Phillies can't lose Kyle Schwarber. On pace for 53 bombs.
Agreed.
I don't think they can lose either one of them.
But I'm just saying, who's the MVP of the Philadelphia Phillies? I'm going to go with Kyle Schwarber. That's my vote. There's some people think Brandon Marsh would be. Because he had such a great year.
I would vote that way because he's been the most consistent player all season long. Now, he's not a game difference maker like Schwarber and Harper are, but if you're looking for consistency, Brandon Marsh has been their best player. Consistent.
Are we all in agreement that wins above replacement?
It's got to go.
I don't. It shouldn't go. To me,
it can't be the end-all, be-all.
It is just. It's too centrally focused when these people vote on MVP.
Well, the thing about WAR is everybody has a different formula to get there. You know, it's not 2 + 2 = 4. It's 2 + 2 = WAR. Your 2, my WAR, his WAR, whatever WAR formula you use. And that's what's not right about it. But I also think like you said, you got to have some value where your team's at.
Yeah.
Are you bringing that team to the postseason? I think that's big.